So it's like 12:20 and I just got off work. Went to go check mailbox and a package arrived. So let's go see what this bad boy is. About like 2 weeks ago, I went on Instagram. I always browse to see what other people create with resin printers, or Clone Army Customs has recently released 100 battle droid legs and like 50 battle droid arms. So I'm very, very happy for these ones, because there's a lot of positions I'm able to put these droids in. Injection molding is the only way to go when it comes to fragile little droid accessory parts like these. And what's also in this box is 2 of these little pilot helmets. I'm gonna get some figures and put these on, see what they look like. So one aspect of these legs I was really worried about was the width of the clips. It turns out you cannot use one of those legs on a regular droid body. You have to modify these. So I got some sandpaper right here, and I'll show you guys how to actually modify these battle droids to become opposable leg battle droids. So I finally put together one of my own opposable battle droids. Of course, this torso was never made for these opposable legs, so I use sandpaper to sand down the little grooves on either side of the legs. I have to do a little bit more sanding with this guy. Buying some legs and just sanding down some parts and installing some brand new guys. From the distance, this guy looks pretty incredible. Utilizing a new tilted arm, so I'm able to almost give him that like gangster shooting sideways look. I also included one of these B1 Battle Droid custom printed by me blasters right here. Backpack I include with this guy, and this guy has a yellow stripe on the top of his head, as well as pretty cool designs on the sides. Let's go off to the second one. Kind of gunner style helmet, because I do have the official Lego style clone gunner, and I felt like these two next to each other would be very cool, because I think they're the same legion of like gunner legion. I have no idea what they're called, but I think these are going to be an awesome inclusion in the feed for all those vehicles. Clone Army Customs can't count correctly. There's literally 27 left legs, and there's 33 right legs. When you go to the invoice, what's that say? A good 30 quantity. That's a little unfortunate. So I don't know, maybe I'll like message them and just say, hey, pay more attention when you're counting. I know these can be easily mixed up, but this is pretty simple counting. When you're dealing with high quantity of numbers like that, you don't want to accidentally get one off. So on CIC, I've been going through that order, and it looks like they missed even more parts. So I ordered a total of 100 right here, quantity 100, but it looks like there's only 98 and a half. Why do I say a half? Because one of the parts broke in half, and they only shipped half a part. Apparently they can't count correctly, and they ship half parts. I wouldn't be as upset as I am right now, but this is a high quality product, and each part isn't a lot, 50 cents a piece, but when it adds up, I think there's a total of 6.5 parts that I've missed in this order, and that's $3.50, which when you look at shipping was $5. So almost the price of shipping was missing from my order. I did contact them. I really wanted to say do better. Just simply count and pay attention more to your orders, because it's a United States company, and if you want a United States company to succeed, you have to have the high quality product and attention to detail every single order. You can't miss one single piece. Well, in 6.5, that's really bad. Do better, Clone Army Customs. Hey guys, I just got off work and I found some pretty cool new Lego sets. I was walking down the Lego aisle and noticed one of these cherry blossom sets. I immediately looked at it and thought, what else can I do with this? And I had an amazing idea of turning all these into trees. So I bought a few of these guys. I was able to get 4 more. So in total, there's 10 of these little tree guys. Well, cherry blossoms, they're gonna be trees, but that's pretty amazing. So I have 10 trees for feed, and I have all the leaf pieces. I was also walking down the clearance aisle a while back, and I found some pretty cool clearance items. Well, these were such an amazing deal, I couldn't say no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's a total of 16 of these guys, and they're all 32 by 32 plates. And official Lego ones cost $10 a piece. I was able to pick them up for $2.50 a piece, so literally a quarter of the price. And all of these will be going towards Theed. So let me walk over here to this new section of Theed that I worked on yesterday with my girlfriend, and we completely finished out this entire base plate together. I'm like super proud of this section because it came out beautifully. What I mean beautifully, just knowing that I wasn't alone building this by myself. That's like the first time I've ever actually built a mock with someone. Like even with 1313, no one helped me with that. With Theed, no one's helped me with this, at least building aspect of it. But my dad and friends have helped me create this table, and of course the moral support. But this section of Theed, I feel very appreciative. We really collaborated together on our own ideas. She came up with this cool pot design, and then I was like, I have different color of tiles. So we all decided to choose different colors for the 4 quadrants. I really want to utilize these wedge 2x2 plates and olive green. And so she put these cool patterns together. And then I really want to have some sort of height with this area because I knew it was going to be very flat. So I included these really cool pillars. I've actually ripped these pillars off from another part of Theed, because they were being showcased over there on those 4 quadrants. But I just felt like this area really needed that height because there's not much going on besides the cool design for the tile and the fountain place. And I think it brings everything together very nicely. I'm not complete with the fountain. I really want to have some cool statuesque design in the center. There's also Russell right over there, as well as bubbles. It's also really phenomenal that place is building here at the very end, and it turned out to fit perfectly. I mean perfectly. Look at the very edges. On this side, it lines up perfectly with that wedge right there. And the opposite side, it matches perfectly as well. But I also do look forward to adding a little bit of LED lights in this custom modular building right here, and as well as adding a few lanterns somewhere throughout this. But my goal for tonight is to start working on this base plate, and it's gonna be pretty simple because I'm gonna be taking this design, mirroring it from this inflection point right here, and then when I'm done with that, I'm going to be placing a cool circular building right there, just like how it's showcased in Theed and actual Battlefront 2. And I finally have the area to showcase these, but officially in the game, there's one building right there with that design, and one of these circle buildings right here. There's also another circle building right here, so I have to replicate that design as well. But that's definitely a future project because it takes a lot of parts to recreate one of these guys. So let's get it. So I've decided to turn this entire section into a clone base. Since it was a hangar bay, but that's really boring. Kind of circle the entire base. I'll go all the way around. This is going to be at an angle. That way people don't get injured from any of the robotics moving around. Absolutely loving the color choices I've chose for. So right over here is going to be the barracks. I've made some pretty cool custom barrack designs. Here's a rough design so far. It's clearly not finished. All of these are going to be able to pop out like this one. And I took this design from Camino, because those barracks have these really cool circular designs. So I've used those over here for those barracks. And then over here, the medical area and the bathrooms have some nice gurneys right here showcasing all clone troopers. And over here, it's a little bit different than I designed. I wanted a staircase to be right here, but I've designed this area so I can have the sewer section going straight to these back to tanks. Because it makes sense they have to drain the water somehow. So that's why I'm thinking why there's a sewer section gonna be infiltrated by some super tactical droids. So I'm also gonna get some scuba troopers and put in the water section over here to have them like flanking the droids from the other side. Here's gonna be the command center to oversee the entire operation. And then the server room and storage area is gonna be blocked off over here. Unfortunately, there's a big blast hole right here. So they gotta defend this area pretty well. And I've put my ATOT I'm designing right here in the center, and it's looking really good so far. And then you come over here, there's going to be the cafeteria, and as well as a cool firing range. It's going to be the one from Camino where it's like a digital grid style pattern one. So I want everything to be very congruent in the Star Wars universe when I design. Can't wait to finish this up within a few days. So here's what Theed looks like with all those new modules installed. I worked on this a few days ago. It looks insanely well put together with these cool window designs. I have a cool idea. I want to have each quadrant be able to open up almost like a flower in a way. And then over here, I'm just studying Wat Tambor and Scrooge McDuck. I finally found that figure on a big pile of cash with Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I have no idea which one's which, don't ask me. But over here, I've finally installed all the trees. I knew it's going to give a lot of life to this entire city, but I never knew how much life it would add. Because before it was very just tan, dark tan and tan, but now it really spices up the entire city. They've actually blasted the entire area right here, and it looks pretty cool because I was able to get a few of these 1x1 printed tiles with like a little tree rings on the interior, and so it makes it look like they really smashed this entire area up just by the amount of force. Spent a few weeks working on all these trees. There are literally thousands of pieces in all these different trees, and every single one of them is different because I take pride in putting detail in every single mock, and every single tree has its own unique features, just any real tree would, because I live in Oregon and we're known for our very lush forest, and I really want to represent a beautiful scenery with a lot of cherry blossom trees.